All right.
I mean, if you want to start, you can start. It's really up to you.
I know we've been out of the game for I don't know how long.
We have been out of the game for a little bit, and
Okay.
don't forget to
Okay.
look at the camera too.
I know, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm looking down. All right. Here we
Are you
go.
gonna go for it?
I'll go for it. Yeah. In
All
three.
right.
No, I'm just kidding. Hey guys, what's up? It's Mark and Marley on the Mark and Marley podcast. Who knows what number it is? It's been a bit, um, but we are here. We are doing another virtual podcast. Um, just been busy. So yeah, this is us back, trying to get in the back of things, in the groove of things, I guess you can say.
Sup, y'all? What's going on?
No air horn today, because just
Oh,
you know,
times are
just one of
tough, man.
the had a few budget cuts where we had to, just cut the air horn sound. So,
Yep.
but it is
We
what
had
it
a
is.
we had a couple people complain on the comments like, "What is that air horn? Like, why are you guys putting in fake clapping? Like, it's not real." I'm just kidding.
Um, no,
Good to be back though. Yeah, guys, we've been out for a little bit. We have been extremely busy individuals, separate and together, and a lot of things
yes,
have happened since we last been able to create any content, and it's been a lot. We've actually it's probably been like a couple months since we recorded and a lot has happened.
yeah,
Like personal things have happened, and
oh
so
yeah.
I'm sure we'll touch a little bit on it, but it's good to be
Hmm.
back. It's good to
I know. I was like, we need to get back into our groove of just posting and getting on the grind. And
yeah.
our page is still growing, which I am happy about. Um, little by little, it's trucking along. But what I'm learning through this process is like, it really doesn't. I mean, unless you're trying to like fall off a bike and then get hit by a car and to go viral, is you can't. It takes more than that, to like get people to watch your stuff. And that's what I'm learning. It's just a grind. You got to keep up with it and post and
You know
you
what's
know
crazy though? Speaking of people watching our stuff, like yeah, I know you said like we're growing and that's probably like people who we don't know are watching more of our stuff, right?
right.
What I came to find out though is that a lot of people that we do know, like our family, I'll throw them out. We have a big family. We have mom's side and we have dad's side. Surprisingly, a lot of people were
We
just
got
like
we see
kind
what
of
you
like
guys are doing.
yeah, we see you guys. We're watching and it's like, really?
Really?
Because I think about it like this. Okay, so like when you and I podcast and we talk about stuff, like I obviously live in the house with my mom and dad
Yeah.
and they play the podcast while I'm home. But if if you watch them watch us, I feel like more than half the time they don't know what the heck is going on. And so when I imagine our family saying, "Oh, we watch your podcast. We're checking in, it's so cool that you're doing it." I imagine that they probably put it on the background,
Right.
go on their merry day, and that's it. But
Yeah.
we've had a
Like,
couple people are like, "I love it. Your guys are so awesome and what you're doing is so sick." And it's like,
hmm
"Whoa, that's kind of crazy." So,
and
shout out to all the people.
shout out to you, the
Shout out
the
to
people that have been watching from the beginning. We thank you.
you. Mostly
You know,
family, mostly family.
the merch is on its way. It's on
Whoa.
its way.
It's
You know, I
gonna
was
be
thinking, I was
it's
like,
gonna be
we
on
should
its way for a bit, bro.
for a bit, but you know what I was thinking? I was like, we should just make one single thing of merch, one hat, one shirt. We wear it during the podcast, but the thing is that that's how we like
Promote.
it's subliminal
You
messaging.
got it. You got
t-
it.
You know, you know, just being like, oh look, they have merch, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have ideas for certain type of merch, but I don't
Whoa,
want
it's
to
the
give it
first time
away.
hearing about this. First time I'm hearing about this.
I've been saying this from the beginning, bro.
No, no, no. But you're talking about that you have ideas for merch.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like a different design of what we've already established between you and I for the logo,
No,
or
no, like I want. I want a shirt with that logo that we already have, but I want other logos of this of what we
I
have.
see. I see. I
Like, it would be
apologize
the
for give me one second. I gotta turn down the air. It is hot in my room. Go ahead.
I feel that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I was shocked too with the support and like, "Oh, when's
Yeah.
the next thing coming out?" I'm like,
Mhm.
"Well, it's been so busy, got a lot of stuff going on and life." But when we were talking about like, "Hey, when are we gonna do it? Like, are we gonna do it virtual? Are we gonna do it in person?" And you're like, "Let's just do it virtual." And virtual is actually, I thought setting up was a lot harder. Virtual's a lot harder, like, to get together and set it up. Where when we would come together, it felt like, oh, it was a lot to set it up, and it's like, nah, man, it's a lot virtually.
Yeah, because like everything that you have to do virtually, if you're trying to do a podcast virtually, it's not always the easiest, right? Because you have to purchase a subscription to a platform that allows you to do like an interview style, like we're doing, right?
Mhm.
So not everything is free. There are free options, but it doesn't give out the best quality, right? So
Yeah.
you can't get the best quality unless you pay for the best quality.
Amen,
And
sister.
so we're fortunate enough to have the subscription to this platform that we're utilizing, which is Ecamm, and we kind of get to play around with it, and we're fortunate for that. But yeah, it's hard virtually, but it's also really hard to do it sometimes in person.
It took us like what? I don't even know. It took us a bit, and it's like it would have been much easier if we were just in person, but it's like, Marley works, I work. I have my everything here, my wife and my daughter. But the cool thing is that we're tech savvy enough to get it done. That's all I care about. Except for somebody that just had a
You know what's
hard time setting up
I
their
work
camera today.
I work in IT. I am an IT specialist. That is my title.
Domain, yes.
And I could not figure it out. I couldn't. I don't know why. I don't know what it was about this one thing that I just couldn't figure out. It but I get it. I understand. Once I learn it for the first time, I'll get it like that the
Mhm.
next time. Here, I got this for you guys. Check this out.
Mm.
Oh.
A crisp Red Bull. I'm drinking a Red Bull
Cheers,
as
everybody.
well.
Cheers.
Wild berries. Mm. This is the content. Wild berries. Yeah, this is.
We've
I
been
shouldn't
drinking
be
Red Bull since day one.
since day
You
one
know what I'm saying?
of
Yeah.
the pod. It's what keeps
Hard
us
one.
going.
You know what's bad too is that I have one almost every day. And I know it's so bad for
Whoa.
me.
I've been trying not to have one every day, but sometimes I crave one every day, and I'm like, nah, I need
Mhm.
to resist. Have, but I drink a bottle of water today, a huge bottle. It's like this,
I like that. I actually
this
drank
big.
about 5 of these today.
Nice.
Oh, that is so exposed, but it's a Stanley Cup that we got for free. And,
That's right.
I said, when which we'll talk about, we just came off of vacation and stuff like that, going
Yeah.
out of town, and I realized that I stopped intaking so much water, so I'm like, "You know what? I gotta get back on the water grind."
And
Yeah,
your
it's
body can
important.
feel it, huh? It's like
Mhm.
it can say, "Hey, I'm thirsty, bro." It's like,
"Please,
you know,
feed
like when they're
me."
those people that are in the desert in the movies, that's how your body's telling you, like, drink more water, bro. You're about
Yeah,
to pass out.
yeah,
You're about to like just flop on the floor because you don't have no water. You're just. But have you seen that meme? It popped in my head where it's like when it's 6 o'clock in the morning and you open a fresh energy drink and you're like, ah,
yeah,
that meme, bro.
yeah,
That I'm like, that was us literally like this past couple of weeks
yeah,
with all the traveling we did. So
yeah. So for the last week, I actually went on vacation with my mom. We took a trip down to Cali to go see my grandmother, and we were out there for what 4 or 5 days, from
mhm,
Tuesday to Saturday.
yeah.
Um, so we did a little bit of traveling, and then we actually met up with everybody else, all the rest of the family in Phoenix. So where me and Mark were kind of had a little bit of a vacation. We were visiting family. Our uncle um, was in rehab, so we went to go visit him. Say hi. And yeah, before that, we had a couple things happen in the
For
family
wait, real
and
quick, it was medical rehab, not
medical rehab. Whoa, whoa! Excuse me for not clarifying. Yes, it was medical rehab. He had gotten a surgery, and we were going to visit him. Not you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
It wasn't like rehab. Yeah, yeah. My bad. I should have clarified. But yeah, so
So
we
we
just
had to see.
been. Go ahead.
But the week before that, I went to Cali because I had to go handle a family thing there too. So that's the first time I drove 10 hours. I did a
Yeah,
road trip to California,
yeah,
um, and that was an experience in itself. Oh shoot, um, that was an experience in itself driving those 10 hours to Cali.
yeah.
Whereas you guys got to fly. Am I correct on that?
Yeah. We flew to Cali. I don't think that I ever want to drive ever again. Um, No, just kidding. It was actually really nice. The trip overall.
Yeah,
It always is nice to spend time with mom in a different setting, and I know that it's important for her to remain close to her mom, and so it's like
and
the
her
three generation.
siblings,
Yeah, and her siblings, but mostly her mom. Let's just be honest, right? Like I'm close with my mom. I'm close with mom, and that's really important to me. So I understand the
right?
importance of that for her.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, "Yeah, mom, I'm down. Whenever you wanna take a trip, let's go, you and I." Not always can the whole family come because, taking a trip out there does cost money. You know what I mean? So,
So also, on your trip, uh, you got to experience the magical, uh, wonderful, uh, I what do they call it? The best place on earth, which was Disneyland,
the
and
happiest place on
there it
earth.
is, happiest place on earth, Disneyland,
Yes. Yes, I did.
and let me just say there was a little bit of jealousy in my heart
Whoa!
because
Whoa!
I was out there in Cali, but I could only be there for one day. So I had drove 10 hours. I was not going to Disneyland. I mean, if you really paid for my ticket and like dragged me, maybe. But to shell out that money for two tickets for me and my wife, because it was only us two, I couldn't do it. But then I I was told that you guys were going to go to Disneyland, but you ended up going to Disneyland without me.
Wait a
And
minute, wait a minute, wait a
it
minute, wait
it
a
cut
minute.
me deep. Let's just
Wait a
say
minute, wait a
it cut me
minute.
pretty deep.
When we first initially talked about it, okay? You are so absolutely right. We were not going to go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
And mom was like, "No, we don't need to go this year. I want to spend time with my mom. I don't I no, it's okay." And so I was sad, but then I prepared for that. I was like, "Okay, no Disneyland this year. We're just going to do other stuff." Literally literally the day before we left, mom goes, I kind of want to go to Disneyland. I kind of want to go. Well, your uncle says that the tickets are going to be the cheapest on this date, and that's what it was. I mean, you know me though. I'm always down
You
for
went,
whatever.
but and you went on a good time. You went on the 70th happy birthday, or was it, what was
The
it?
70th anniversary of Disneyland.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. You know what? On this part in post, do this in post. Just go straight to full screen to yours. I'm gonna get something. It's like right here. Give me 1 second. Go full screen to in post. Go to just your face because I'm gonna
Okay.
leave my chair. Hold on.
Okay. So yeah, them going to Disneyland was, let's just say I had to work through it. I had to I just felt some type of way about it, and I
You'll
just
be fine. I'm back.
but I will say that you did bring me back some gifts, which I mean, I'm grateful for.
Check this out.
You did get a pin. I knew, I was like, you better get a pin.
Oh,
It's
you
like
can't see it.
it's blown out.
It's blown out.
Here, let me
Yeah.
turn down your brightness a little bit. Oh, there you go. Now focus it. Focus. Nah, it's too bright. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, did it go?
Kinda, kinda. It's just not. It's not doing it.
Okay.
I can see what it is though.
But I want to do like the old school Mickey because it was the cool. They didn't really have cool pins for the 70th. I wasn't
Okay.
impressed, but I was like, Let's go with the old school Mickey." He looks a little. I don't even know if that's probably old school Mickey, right?
Don't they call him Steamboat Willie?
Huh?
S- No, it's a thing.
No.
Remember he's on a steamboat, the old school Mickey
Oh
Mouse,
yes,
and they call him
yes,
Steamboat Willie,
yes.
Steamboat something.
All right, all right, okay. Sorry, my watch is blowing up. So yeah, I ended up getting. I
Famous,
ended.
famous.
No, it's X, the Twitter.
Oh,
So I ended up getting this pin for the 70th anniversary. It was actually I didn't feel any difference going there during the 70th anniversary besides like the decor. Um, but that's not what I care about when I go to Disneyland.
that's true. I don't care for all that. I just care about the rides, the food, and mostly the like experience. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta give it to people that live in California that go all the time. I'm like,
Mhm.
wow. I don't think I would want to do it that way, but I commend you for wanting to go for all the time because to me it's like a treat. You know, it's like
Mhm.
when you like just it's a treat to go there because I don't live in California, so it might be different if I were to live in California, I'd probably get
Yeah.
a pass and all that.
Yeah.
But like when I go, it's like I gotta hit, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean first
Yes.
and then Indiana Jones if I can second, and then whatever after that, it's fine.
Well, now that now that they have the Galaxy's Edge, the third one should be me and mom
Rise
talked
of
about
the
it. We haven't
Oh,
talked about it with everybody, but it should be Rise of the Resistance. Yeah.
I you know what? That ride, I I people were hyping it up like, "Oh my gosh, it's so great." I'm like, "Is it though?" No, like when I no, when I first heard about it and you had ridden it before me because you were in California like a year ago or 2 years
2
ago.
years
You
ago.
you rode it and I was
Yes.
like, "Okay, she's saying it's the best." I'm like, "Okay, is it really?" Then I got to experience it last year, right? Last
Yes.
year.
Yes.
I mean, I it's one of the best rides ever, man.
Yes. It is.
It makes you like it immerses you into the Star Wars like
Yes.
and remember we're big Star Wars fans, like diehard
Yes.
Star Wars fans. Grew up on 5 through 6, I mean 5 through 7, you know, watching the old school ones and then, you know, 1 through 3, you know.
5 through 7?
Yeah. Oh,
1 you mean 4?
4 through 6, my bad.
It's like, "What?"
I got them wrong. I'm sorry.
I I
I'm counting wrong.
I feel like you grew up more on 4 through 6. I have seen 4 through 6, and yes, I do have a special place in my heart for those, but I actually grew up more on 1 through 3, me
Okay,
personally.
so like I agree with that. Like, I think a lot of the millennial generation, 1 through 3 is like people from the older generations 4 through 6s. So, like, our dad grew up on
Yes.
4 through
Yes.
6, and our
Yes.
generation also grew up on that, but 1 through 3 is like our 4 through 6. So,
Right. Right, 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 right.
I mean I know we've talked about it, but I don't think people know what are your ranking of the movies? Like, if you had to rank, like, your top 3. Don't s do not say it was the what was it? The Last Jedi, Rise of Sk no,
No, no, no, no, no, no, no, no,
please,
no.
please.
My favorite one to watch is obviously Revenge of the Sith, so that's number 3.
That's mine too. Oh, wait,
And
no.
then,
So is that your top or is that your 3rd
you
in
said my top 3 movies.
Yeah, so 1 is like the top, top.
That's my top, top. That's my number
Okay,
1. Do you want me to go
same.
3 to 1?
No, yeah, 3 to 1 is your lowest, and then 1 is your highest.
I might get this wrong, which movie it is, because I don't think it's Attack of the Clones. I think it's The Empire Strikes Back. Is that when they go into Endor with the Ewoks? when
That's re
Leia.
oh, when they're in the forest?
Yes.
That's, Return of the Jedi, which is the
Or
6th one.
okay, I like that one. That's my
Okay.
3rd, though. That's my 3rd.
We might have the same, you and I, to
The
be
my
honest.
2nd, though, my
Okay.
2nd is episode 2.
Oh, dude. You know what? People hate on that one, but I love it because it's Attack of the Clones and it shows that big battle and oh,
Yes, 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 yes.
I think we have the same. I would go Return of the Jedi, Episode 2, and of course, Episode 3, right?
Wait, that's from your top is
No,
Return of the
I'm
Jedi?
my list is the same as your list.
So your top is Revenge of the Sith,
Yes.
and then
Clone Wars. Episode 2 is the Clone Wars.
yeah, but earlier you said Attack of the Clones. Now I'm confused.
Oh wait, what did I I'm sorry, I'm getting mixed up with the cartoons. Attack of the Clone I'm getting mixed up with the titles.
Did we just say we're Star Wars fans and not like
And
be
not
able to
know
name
the
the
yeah, I
movie?
know. Hold on. Episode 2.
Attack of the Clones. Attack of the
Attack of the
Clones.
Clones. Okay, Attack of the
Attack of
Clones.
the Clones.
It's because there's a show called Clone Wars, and I'm getting mixed up because it's
No,
about
I
the
get
Clone
you.
Wars.
I
So
get you.
Return of the Jedi,
Yes.
Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the
Yes.
Sith. I think that's a great list.
But you're going
Now,
3 to 1, right?
no, yeah. So 3 to 1 is the lowest. Three is the lowest. One is the highest.
Because you're doing it like this, and I think you mean to do it like this.
So
And
it's
you're
like
confusing me because you're ending with Revenge of the Sith, but that's your number 1, right?
that's my number one. Yes.
You're confusing. It's just you doing it backwards.
Just you got to follow me. You got to follow.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you. But yeah, all right. Besides all that, yeah, the Disneyland Rise of the Resistance, it's really immersive. It's really good for Star Wars fans because it's so immersive. My favorite thing is AT-ATs. I don't know why. I
Mm,
don't know why, but I think they're the cutest little. They're not little, but I think they're the cutest little bots ever. When they're in the snow with the that scene, I don't remember which movie that is. That might be Empire Strikes Back.
yeah, you're right.
But that's like the stop motion, like the old school,
Yeah.
like you know what I'm talking about? How they had to do like stop motion,
Oh
and
yeah,
that
dude.
scene is yeah. I don't know what
Where
it is.
he's going around in a circle. He's trying to
Yes,
make it like fall. Yeah, it's the
yes,
best, bro.
yeah.
But that
Wait, wait. You don't like any of the newer ones?
okay. So if I had to say the newer ones,
Choose one.
the first one, Force Awakens, of the newer,
Really?
yeah.
I think I might be the same, but the last one, which is The Last Jedi, right? The ending scene with when
The Last Jedi is the second one in that
no, it is
series.
not. Is it?
Yes, the Rise of Skywalker is the last one.
I'm sorry, The Rise of Skywalker. You are so
Yeah,
correct. The ending of that one where in her mind it has like everybody has Qui-Gon, it has Anakin, it has and
Ahsoka.
they're all talking to her
Yes,
and you don't know unless you watch it with the subtitles and stuff like that. You don't know who's talking to her at what time.
right,
But
right.
even seeing Palpatine is like, "Ah! Ah!" You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Unlimited.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But
Lord Vader.
Lord Vader. Yes, yes. But yeah, I know we kind of got sidetracked because whenever we start talking about Star Wars, it's like, you know
I
what I
know
mean?
it's like um
But we were talking about Disneyland, Rise of the Resistance. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask you a question that's kind of it's
Sure.
related to Disneyland, of course. Do you
Okay.
consider yourself I was thinking about something like to ask you because this was like I've never asked this question, but it's like a big deal. Are you a Disney adult?
Yes. I knew you were going to ask that.
Would you would you consider yourself that?
Yes.
Now,
Well,
to an extent, right?
I mean, like, you know how, like, I say, like, I'm a like, half Marvel fan because, like, I'm into it, but I'm not as into it as you are?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's something we bond over, and I cherish that because you and I bond over that,
Mhm.
but I'm not like, "Oh my gosh, this is from this movie, and it connects to this movie, and they have babies in this movie, and then it goes up like this." You know what I mean? I, like, don't watch every Disney movie. I don't watch, you know what I mean? But I love Disney,
Okay.
you know what I mean? So, yeah.
I mean, because I was thinking to myself, "Am I a Disney adult?" I'm like, "Kinda." Like, I'm not like like I said, I don't live in California, but if I did, I'd probably go to all the events. I'd
Mhm.
probably go chill there, maybe on a Friday night, take my daughter, be like, "Hey, we're gonna go hit up, one of the food places there and have dinner there at Disneyland," you know what I'm saying? Have some blue milk, green milk for dinner,
Beignets.
beignets. Like, come on now.
I don't think that I could ever see you that invested. I know that our uncle is absolutely a Disney adult.
Okay.
Um,
How would I not be invested though?
I think that you wouldn't do all the things you just said you would do. I could be wrong.
But look, there's nothing here where we live. Like, I love where we live, but there's not much going on. So if I lived in California where there's Disneyland and all this other stuff, the beach, I mean, I
The
think I'd be
beach.
I think I'd be invested
Yeah,
a little bit,
maybe.
a
That's what I'm saying.
smidge.
That's what I'm saying. I'm more than likely wrong.
Okay. I mean,
So so right now, I wouldn't consider you a Disney adult. I really wouldn't. I would say you're more on the spectrum with me. Like
like
you're really
like
into it, but you're not like into it, into it.
like where it's your whole personality, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Because that's what a Disney adult is. It's like your personality is Disney. I don't know. I think that's what the definition of a Disney adult is like,
I don't know,
uh
but I've said I'm a Disney adult because like I know we have like cousins who don't like Disney and they don't like Disneyland and they could care less for it. And I go, you know what? I'm a Disney adult and I don't care. So I've
damn.
said that. I've said that.
Oh man, but yeah, it's I don't know if I'm ever gonna go back this year to Disneyland.
We did
Um
talk about it though. We were gonna, right? You guys were thinking that we should
yeah, but
in October.
since we had to make these trips, it's kind of like, had to shell a bit to pay for these trips. I mean,
I spent so much money
I know you did.
and I was like swiping 3 cards because I wanted to even them out and I was only using
Hey, that's
3
smart. That's
and
smart.
I didn't wanna go crazy on one of them and then it just be all on one. Was doing 3
Yeah.
and I was looking at my finances today because I have a
Ballin'.
spreadsheet. No, I have a spreadsheet and I spent a lot of money. I spent a lot of
She's
money.
she
You
spent
know
that
what?
cash.
Disney, I didn't spend as much money on myself than I should have. I spent money for everybody else.
Yeah, I know you brought me some good gifts, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I got 2 hats. I got both of them embroidered, one for your wife and one for my niece.
Like, dang, that's so sick.
I don't know, but
I know. I had to tell my daughter, like, hey, don't mess up that hat. Auntie bought
it's
you that hat.
okay. It doesn't
Don't mess up
matter.
that hat. But Disneyland, man.
Yeah, Disneyland was fun. We weren't gonna be there all day. We ended up going pretty much all day, and we stayed and watched the fireworks show, and it was pretty cool. It was
It
pretty
was
cool.
magical.
It was magical for some of us, and that's all I'm gonna say. You
You're like,
know
I'm
who
ready.
you are, and you know what happened.
You're like, I'm ready to go, man. Let's go. Get on the
Um,
tram. Let's go.
yeah, it was fun though. I had a good time. We saw a lot of family out there, so it was fun.
And then from there, you guys went to Phoenix, and On my first trip to California, I came back to Phoenix to see my uncle for a little bit, and then we all came back again. So we did another
Mhm.
road trip. So I drove again.
Mhm. Mhm.
I did a lot of driving, most
I
driving
know
I've
you
ever
did.
done.
I
Most
know.
driving I've ever done.
I
But
know.
you go from California where it's kind of like fresh and it's not too bad, and then you go to Arizona where it's like, excuse my language, but the pits of hell just like open up. Like, what's going on? Lord save us. Like, it was so hot. But it wasn't even the peak of summer either, and it was still like
Mhm.
hot.
I think that California prepped me and mom. It wasn't as hot. Like you guys were probably hot in Phoenix because you had just come from New Mexico, right? And where
Yeah.
it was like fresh, fresh. We're still in fresh weather,
I know it's weird.
but,
Doesn't make sense.
what am I trying to say? California was like hot. We had a really hot beach day. I got tanned. I know you can't tell here because I'm like overexposuring myself, but I got tanned. And then going to Phoenix, it wasn't that hot. It really wasn't. I
It
don't
was
know.
like a different type of hot. It was like a humid hot. But you're right, it wasn't as hot as it usually is where you're like dying, but it
Mhm.
was still hot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was cool.
Yeah. So,
Cool little
budget
trip.
trip, little trips we took. Yeah.
I did some like content too when I was driving back to Phoenix. I did a video reviewing was it
Culver's.
Culver's? It was so good, bro. It was actually a good burger. But I was like, I was dead tired. And my wife was like, just you want to do something real quick? I'm like,
Aw.
sure. So I had to like, like where you kind of have to like be yourself
Yeah.
but be not yourself. So it's like,
Yeah.
all right, hey guys, we're trying these burgers, bro. And like, yeah.
But that's kind
But
of nice.
yeah, it was cool.
Your wife is super supportive,
Oh yeah,
and
she's
it's
my
nice.
she's my camera woman, and she's doing a good job. She's learning to like zoom in and like pull back, and I'm like, that's great, great shot.
That's funny.
So she's my camera woman. So
That's awesome.
I thought we were gonna do something out there us in Phoenix, but we were like it was like every day was like our it just wasn't gonna happen.
Although technically I was on vacation per like putting in PTO, it's vacation time. I
Hmm.
was not on vacation. I There was not a moment of like where my mind or my body felt fully relaxed. It felt like we were always on the go. And having to be constantly with like family and stuff like that, that's a thing in itself, right? You're
Right,
always having to conversate and just be bubbly and not so, and there was no time that I could
like
have to myself.
downtime. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's no
there's no
downtime.
downtime. There's no time to recoup. You just got to we're just going like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, even though I was on vacation, I came back home exhausted. Like so exhausted. And then I came back to a corporate visit at work and it's been a busy week and I haven't been able to breathe. And I'm so tired. But we're here. We're here and we're
we
doing it.
we made it. We
We
made
made
it.
it. And it's
Um,
been way too long.
trying to think what happened before. Oh, we did. I did. We never got to do a review on it, but we did see Thunderbolts.
Yes, we did. You want to jump right into that?
And yeah, because I wanted to talk about it on here because I was like, we didn't do the thing where we did for Captain
Hmm.
America where we did it after because it's a lot of work and I didn't feel like doing that. So I'm like, we could talk about it in the pod, just like few minutes, few 10 minutes, few 20 minutes on it. Um, there is going to be spoilers because we already watched it. So if you haven't seen it,
Go watch it. Skip
go watch it.
ahead.
Skip ahead.
Yeah.
Um, I'll let you go first. What you
This is your
thought?
official spoiler warning. If you have not seen the movie, get off your. That's where you put all the bleeps. I'm just kidding.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
just kidding. No, seriously. Um, Gosh, Thunderbolts. Let me dive back into that feeling.
dive, bro.
I think that from the state Marvel has been in,
Talk
even
about it.
after watching Captain America,
Talk about it.
you just are feeling it's done. We got nothing left.
I
And you go through these emotions like, I don't think I could be a Marvel fan anymore. I
don't
just
think
can't.
so.
The Red Hulk ain't doing it for me, right? Then you go into Thunderbolts and you expect the same kind of movie we've been watching for the past, what? You want to say about
L-
3 years?
Yeah, pretty much.
About three
You're about
years.
right. You're about right.
You're expecting the same feeling, the same movie, the same story, and it's all the same. Thunderbolts changed my mind about Marvel again.
I agree.
It was so good. And I keep saying to like people like at work who haven't seen it, go see it. It truly is a good movie. And they're like, no, Marvel's so lame and they suck and all the movies suck. And I go, I get that. I'm with you. But this movie had a sort of like realness,
Yes.
darkness that
Yes.
where they
Preach.
don't really they don't show that, and they don't show people going through things. Like, think about the snap, right? You come back 5 years later to the
Hmm.
movie. You don't get to
Yes.
see people go through that. You don't get to see their
Which
emotion
they
fully.
should have done
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
beginning. The
Yeah.
only thing that touched on it was WandaVision. That was the only show that touched on it a tad. A tad.
Yeah. But you don't get to like see Black Widow. Let's say Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, right? But
Hmm.
we're going back a little bit. You don't get to see how she feels about Yelena poofing out. You don't get to see all that stuff, right? So
Hmm.
this movie, I'm not saying it's about the snap, but it just showed a perspective of darkness and what people go through. And I'm not relating it to like myself. I'm not doing that. I just thought that
Right.
it was like it showed a real part of like
Of
I
like
don't know how else to say it.
it humanized them a little bit more than just
Yes.
being like superheroes and
Yes.
I
Yeah.
took the serum and I have this. Um
Yeah.
because I heard like it talked about like mental health. I'm like,
It did.
oh, it did, but
Yeah.
it did it in a way that wasn't so like gimmicky. It did it in a Marvel fashion, and how pretty much like how Sentry, uh, if you haven't seen the movie, like when he turns into the void, he was literally showing them all their traumatic things that happened. It didn't show
Mhm.
everybody. It showed just only some of the characters in it. And I was like, dang, they're like going
Yeah.
for it. Like they're going really dark, which I'm like, you guys should have been going a little darker for a while because it's like you can only do the Avengers things for, and people, I'm not saying I don't love that. I'm just saying you already threw that at us. What more can you give us? And I think
Yeah.
they did a good job by giving us more of that. And how the literally the whole team is like nobodies.
Yes.
That's how I thought about it. I'm like, these people are like nobodies,
Yeah.
and they were supposed to die.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Is it crazy to say, and I'm gonna pivot just a little bit. Is it
okay.
crazy to say that this new Avengers, I will say,
Mhm.
that I like this Captain America more than Anthony Mackie. You know what's crazy though? He was you don't think you're gonna like him at the beginning of the movie because he's a douchebag and he's rude and he's
Who
mean.
are you talking about?
The
You
Captain
talking about?
America guy.
You mean Red Guardian?
No, that's the dad.
Bucky. Bucky. You're talking
No,
about Bucky.
no, the guy that had the
Oh,
shield.
U.S. agent. U.S. agent.
Yes,
Yes.
there it is.
Yes.
I
Yes.
know he's
Yes.
not Captain America. I know, but he looks like him. Like you don't expect to like him because he's a jerk and he's like
Cocky.
selfish and whatever. There it is. It's cocky, and he ends up being so great at his role,
Yeah.
and you end up really liking, even though he is cocky and he is like self-centered or whatever. I'm like, that's sick. You literally
Yeah.
put a team of like you're saying nobodies all in
Mhm.
one, and it was I thought it was great. I thought it was a great way to segue into what's coming next for
And
the
and
MCU.
people were talking about the pace, and the pace was quick. Like, they
Yes.
were getting to things quick, which I
Mhm.
didn't mind. Maybe just a little more of, like, because people were saying, "Well, this was going on. Why didn't these other characters know about it?" I'm like, I mean, there's almost so much money they can throw at something. They can only put so many things in a movie. But I thought the pace was great, and it 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 told a story. It told a good story for everybody. It wasn't just
Yeah.
like, let's just it wasn't like Captain America. Let's just throw everybody, let's just throw this all together and see what happens.
Mhm.
And supposedly there's the Red Hulk, and then he's not Red Hulk anymore. And then, they
Yeah.
did that. That's like, come on, man. I don't even know what if I'm saying, but this movie made me believe, okay, they can go a different genre of, like, dark, and not so much. It doesn't have to be an Avengers movie every single movie. It can be something else, even though they're the new Avengers. But
Wouldn't you say that speaking on that, wouldn't you say, like, kinda like Infinity Wars going into Endgame, though that movie those movies, they were kinda dark, and people love those.
yeah, but it wasn't the same dark this was. It was dark in the sense. Well, I feel like they embellished it a little more in the Thunderbolts. They dove into it a little more. Whereas Infinity War, it's like 5 years later and it's Endgame kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
They didn't really show. They showed a little bit, and then Ant Man shows up, and they're like, "Hey, the quantum realm," and then that's it. Bam, let's get them all back. So it didn't really dive into those 5 years, in between those 5 years, where I feel like Thunderbolts dived into, Yelena lost her sister. They're still
Yeah.
mourning the sister,
Yeah.
that she feels alone.
Yeah.
Uh, like, it was more relatable, like, on a personal level, like us as, I guess, humans, sometimes
Yeah.
feel like that. No, but I think I'm glad that they made Bucky how he was.
Oh,
Like, they
me
made him
too.
they made him like the dad. Like,
Yes.
they made him like the dad Avenger. Like, if you can call him that, they made him the dad, and I'm like, yes, he's
Yeah.
already been through, like, a lot. Well, he's older than all of them, because he
Yeah, yeah,
was
yeah.
frozen too. But I'm like, yes, that's how you do that. Yes, perfect, perfect.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think the movie overall was, for me, obviously, I know that Robert Downey Jr. is coming back in Doomsday and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And um I know that's probably gonna be like the next Endgame or Infinity War kind of movie, and so be it. But for this being like an introduction movie to what's to come for the MCU, I thought it was really great. They're off to a great start with this one. They really are. And if they continue going at this pace, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, the next one is Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
and I think it's like that's gonna be a different movie in itself too. So I'm like,
Yeah.
just just keep trucking it along. It's not gonna probably be the same darkness as Thunderbolts, in my opinion,
Mhm.
but I think it's gonna have that Avengers family type of feel, because it's a team already. They're already a team, Where
Right,
this one,
right.
they were putting a team together. This one's already a team. So
I
um
see.
I I have high hopes. I'm getting a little nervous because I've been hearing, like, on the internet, they're saying this and this is leaking, and I'm like, I can't look at this stuff. It's gonna mess up my perception of the movie. So
Yeah. Gotta be careful because I know that's all we do is surf the web.
I don't surf the web.
Get it? Silver Surfer, web, Spider Man? Duh. um, I wanted to get we could wrap this because I know that not everybody likes the Marvel talk, but
I know a lot of people just zone out.
I don't know when you were there in California. Obviously, our uncle is a huge Marvel fan as well.
Yes.
Um, and we won't name drop him. He knows who he is. We're gonna keep
You
everything.
know who you are. You know you
You
are.
know, you know who you are. We kind of got talking about Marvel a little bit, And I don't know if you had the same conversation with him as I did. So I'm going to try to paraphrase what he was telling me, but I'm
Okay.
going to butcher it, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to butcher it.
Okay. Go ahead.
There is a theory, there is a timeline, there is a conspiracy that the Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man as we know him,
Yes. Say it.
is not
Say it.
Iron Man,
Yeah. He's doomed.
and that he hasn't been Iron Man for a long time.
Oh, I've heard that theory too.
And
Eh.
eh, when I was hearing half of, because there's only so much I can follow, right? Because he's going and he's like, "Do you remember in this movie how they're doing this, and in the movie this how did you remember?" And I'm like, yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yeah, yes, yes, yes." So I was following most of it,
Hmm.
but some of the things that he was pointing out about certain things that happen, like end credits of a certain movie, there is a theory that when he was making his suit somewhere, Iron Man. And
Which one?
remember he's clinking, really old Iron Man, when he's clinking and he's making his old suit.
It's the
Way
Doctor
back,
Doom face
that way
mask.
back then. Yes.
I'm
Yes.
burying the
Is
lead,
he
but yeah.
yes. And he told me that. He told me that. He was like, "You've heard you've heard that in the ending credit of Endgame, right?"
Yes. Yes, you're right.
That's what I legit opened my Disney Plus app. I went to the end of Endgame,
And
and
there's
at
the
the
cling,
way
cling.
after the credits, way this is when the
Yes, no,
credits
I know what you're
all
talking about. It
clink,
shows the
clink,
red Marvel.
and it goes clink, clink,
Oh my
and it clicked for me. I
gosh.
go, "Where have I heard that?" It's when he's making. He said he's saying that way even back then, when that he's already traveled time, that whenever he's doing his dialogue in all these movies, Endgame, Avenger, Infinity Wars, wherever he is, that he's talking about a timeline he's already experienced.
Oh
And
my
it
gosh.
blew my mind because he's already Doctor Doom at that point. Sorry, I'm focusing.
Bro.
And I kid you not, I was like freaking out. I know you're probably gonna have to call him later because he'll explain it a lot more better
No,
than I
I,
can.
I I knew about that theory, but I didn't wasn't connecting it to the other
Mhm,
movies. I didn't know about
mhm.
that part.
He says that there's a
Whoa.
couple like dialogue where he's saying where he's saying, "I already know what happens. I've already been here before." And see, he tried to remind me like there was time travel at some point when
Yeah.
RDJ Iron Man did that. But when
Yes.
he came back, he was not Iron Man. He was obviously Doctor Doom at that point, playing as Iron Man for a cover up, something like that. Listen, I don't know. I told you I was gonna butcher it. If you're gonna come after me in the comments, fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, when he told me half the stuff he was telling me, I'm like, I can't even imagine what that world looks like, but I don't
That
put it past
just
Marvel.
but I mean, you got the Russo brothers who did majority of the good movies. I mean, you got Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame. I wouldn't put it past them to like do something like that. And um
They've been
but
doing it
man,
to us this whole time, yeah.
yes. Yes, if they pull something like that, that'd
It'd
be
be so
wild.
sick. It'd be so sick. And you know what? It'd probably be happening on screen, and I'd be like, "What is happening?" Even though I know all this, it'd be happening on screen. I'd be like, "What am I
Well,
missing?" You know what I
this
mean?
the thing is with them though, they see all the leaks and sometimes they because remember they wouldn't want to release the name of Endgame, but Doctor Strange said it in Infinity War. We're in the end game now because people were trying to
Mhm.
figure out what the title was, right?
Yes.
And I remember that was a big thing. They're like, "Oh, it's Endgame," and they're like, "No, it's not." So the thing is like, are they going to do that or switch it and be like, "No, you guys got it wrong, the whole thing," and blah blah blah. So, but I mean, that's a crazy theory. If that's true, if Doctor Doom has been with them the whole time,
Yeah, it
but
would make
then
sense.
it undoes everything you love about Iron Man. But
But I
that
think
makes sense.
but I think that's what you need, right? Think
Yeah.
about it. The only thing that people think about when they think about the Avengers, they think about RDJ, Iron Man, the one who led them, the one who puts on the thing. And he says, what does he say at the end?
I am
I'm
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Come on.
Bo, 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 bo. Bow, wow, 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 bow, bow. Ah-da-da-do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
That
I got you.
that's what you think of. So to undo
Well,
all that would be wonderful. You know what? Also, it'll make my dad stop
soup.
saying, "You killed Iron Man. You guys killed Iron Man. You guys made the Avengers so bad." Dad, he's not Iron Man.
He's Doctor Doom.
That'd be so sick, though. I wouldn't put it past Marvel.
Well,
Really cool.
I'm on board.
Me
Whatever's gonna
too.
happen is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they're gonna have to move away from the Avengers and go to the X-Men. We've been saying this. So I mean they got the Fantastic Four, but I think they need to just sum it all up into something crazy. So when the X-Men starts, it just starts off on something crazy, you know? Real quick, talking about, people dying. I don't know if you heard the rumor about
Oh,
Thor. Thor, that the Chris Hemsworth put something on saying, I was happy to play Thor for all these years, blah blah blah. That it's relating back to the Deadpool movie where, remember, Deadpool sees he's holding Thor like he's dead or something. That
yes.
they're saying Thor might die, actually die.
Good. Get him out of there.
I mean,
The
the
Thor
whole,
movies suck.
except for Ragnarok, that was a
Well,
good one,
yeah,
but only because it was Hulk. Hulk was
exactly.
in it.
Exactly.
But
But
yeah,
you don't see me going on Disney Plus putting on a Thor movie. I'm putting on an Iron Man movie, okay?
that's true. That's true.
I know we're kind of like when we start talking about this stuff, it's because I learned a lot of stuff while I was on my trip. There's also having something to do with the Fantastic Four trailer and the end scene of Thunderbolts.
Yes, yes, I heard this too. That that it's not Fantastic Four. It's Doctor Doom coming into the universe on the ship.
I I think I heard that too, but I think he said something about mutants.
Wait, what?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he said something about the X-Men. I may be butchering this so bad.
You're talking
That
about from?
something that the ship is different from the trailer in the Fantastic Four trailer versus
Okay.
the ending of Thunderbolts, that the ship
Yes.
is different. Something having
Okay.
to do with the ship, and I like I said, I'm gonna
Okay.
butcher this, and I did.
All
So I
right.
don't know.
Okay. Well, whatever happens, it's gonna happen. All
Yes.
right. Just
Yes.
let it happen.
Yes. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited.
I mean, we only got the Ironheart show coming out and Fantastic Four coming out. That's supposed to be the next big thing because no one's gonna watch that Ironheart show. Let's be honest here. Um, so if Fantastic Four does what it's supposed to do, cross $1 billion, Marvel has it in the bag. If Fantastic Four fails, they're gonna have a hard time when it comes for Doomsday and all the other one.
Why is it
So,
always got to be about the money?
and that's how you end that conversation.
Okay.
Dang, man.
I know.
Way to throw
Uh,
me for a loop.
Dude, I was thrown for a loop. And you know what makes it even harder is that you're not there to experience that conversation with me because
Oh,
I
I've
know
I've
you would.
experienced conversation with our uncle. those
Yeah, but
type.
I know you would explain it to me to where I could understand
Oh,
and probably retain it better than
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So, from what I
I'm
did
your
retain though, I mean, yeah, I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
I'm like your translator, right?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Mm. We can segue. We can segue.
Okay.
Um, podcast listeners, those for watching the video, how do I look? If you haven't noticed, I probably look a lot clearer than I did before.
Eh,
Not as clear as Mark, but I got a new camera.
oh, I don't have it. Oh, here.
Hey!
Finally, man. I've been telling you for
I
how long?
I upgraded. I don't know what it looks like on your side.
I mean, it looks much better than the last camera. It's because we're on Wi-Fi and it's not like. But I think when we do it in person and you bring your camera, we're gonna look the same.
That didn't make me feel good.
It looks great. It looks great. I just look a little better because it's on my side. I mean, what do you want me
Well, I got a new camera and I'm excited about it. Just trying to make better content. And I did record some personal content out in my vacation and it was so hard. And I didn't get a lot of good content. I'll be honest with you. It's so weird. And when you're surrounded by family, you can't really do your own thing. And it's like you're being conscious of other people and not trying to show them on camera and stuff like
Yeah,
that because this is your own journey and stuff like that. And so, possibly, maybe circling
maybe.
back to a couple episodes, I might put out a video.
Come
There
on
might
now.
be a new personal YouTube channel made. I don't know yet.
Mm.
Let's see how I feel. Right now, I feel exhausted and I don't want to do anything. So,
I will say this that since we started doing this and doing the vlog, which we have some stuff that I'm editing that I've been
mhm.
busy. That where um we show like me like in public recording. And I will say I don't feel it as weird as I would before we started this thing. I feel like it's becoming easier because I'm doing like reviews now with the food stuff, like on my personal uh YouTube. That I think you just got to do it and just keep doing it and doing it, and then you'll just get over that whole. I think the family thing is kind of hard. I agree, but I think besides that, if family wasn't involved, I think you would have done great. I think it would have been
I think
easier.
so too. I think so too. And and it's my own personal channel, and I just wouldn't want people to be like, "Hey, let me get in your vlog and let me record myself too." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not saying that our family is like that or would do that. I just wanted to be. I don't know what I was expecting, and it was just it was. You know how I am. I'm just weird about that stuff.
yeah, and I think like when we're together, it's way easier too.
Yeah,
Like um like even when I record with my wife recording me, I feel a lot more comfortable when it's just me to
that's
myself.
your. Oh, I was gonna say but you feel comfortable with your wife. You know that's your wife. You guys
Well,
have.
yeah, no, but I'm saying like if she was recording me also in public, I think I would be okay with that. But I also feel like I would be okay with recording myself in public. Like I'm getting kind of like over that of like I mean, I make content. It is what it is, I'm not like it's not like I'm out here like, oh, I'm like IRLing in real life, It's not like that, but it's like this is what we're kind of doing, so kind of get used to it type of deal.
I guess.
But I mean, I'm glad you got a new camera. I'm gl- I'm
Are
glad
you?
it's I'm glad it's a Sony because I have a Sony. I'm a Sony guy, so I was very proud that you got a Sony camera because that's what I use. And I mean, I have a Canon too. It's an old one, but I'm a proud brother. Like, hey, bring it in to the Sony family, because it's just.
Thanks.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I think now that when we get together, like when we do the podcast in person, it's gonna look a lot better, a lot easier to edit. Like this is way easier to edit, I think.
Which is coming soon. I mean, uh, I do miss being in person too. It's just been so crazy. So it's coming back soon. And like I think the last thing that we really talked about was you building your shed. And then after that, like things happened. Like there was Mother's Day that we had to worry about. There were things that we
Oh
had to
my
do
gosh.
that we had to do take care of the other things in our lives first. That
Yes.
always because those other things always come first. Work got
Hmm.
crazy and we are doing a lot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, excuse me, we had, some personal things come up that that I won't share, but they were it was a little bit of harder things that, you know, you just don't expect to happen and they happen, and you gotta show up for the people that you love, right? And so
Yep.
we've been busy, and we're hopefully we can get back on a more regular schedule, and I miss doing this. I know you and I, obviously we have a relationship, but the last few weeks you and I haven't been able to connect and talk really that much on the phone, and you've been busy, I've been busy. I'm too tired sometimes to even, you know what I mean? And
Yeah, we
so
haven't even been gaming, bro.
I haven't had a true gaming session in like 2 weeks. So,
And
you know
it's
what I'm
like
doing right after this?
I know I'm thinking about it too. I'm like, ooh, that sounds fun. Um but yeah, we'll get back to it. I just think um like I said, it's growing little by little and we appreciate everybody tuning in and who like our stuff, who like us, um, or disagree with us. What's weird is like I've been posting my personal channel. I already I got subscribers when I posted me just playing. I had footage of me playing Marvel Rivals like months ago. I was like, I'm just gonna edit it and post it, and I got like 2 subscribers out of it. I'm like, for a lot of people that's nothing, you know, but for me, it's like I'm not. I'm just throwing whatever sticks, you know, whatever I could put out, and I got people looking at it, you know. So,
Yeah.
but um, yeah, sun's getting real low, big guy.
Are you getting tired or what?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm
Are
just
you
kidding.
are you going down, man? You know what I did want to touch briefly on because we both
What?
have been watching it.
Oh yeah,
But if you wanted, we can touch on it next podcast because it's still going on. The
The
Last of
Last
Us.
of Us.
Hmm.
I haven't finished it. I know the season finale came on. Um,
That wasn't the season finale. No, it was not. It was not.
there was a season finale
No.
that came out.
Mm-mm.
No,
Nope. You're talking about Handmaid's Tale.
no, they put out the last episode of The Last of Us recently.
No.
No, there's
Mm-mm.
another one coming out next
Unless they're gonna save that for their next one.
because I heard it got renewed for a third season.
No way they're gonna split it in two. Am I the one
Okay, I
who's
will
being
say
gaslit
this.
right now?
I'm not fully done with that, but I will say that um I don't see what the big deal. People are complaining that it's not the same as the games and blah blah blah. I've never played the game. I don't have a PlayStation, so I can't play the game. I don't have a PC, so I can't play the game. It's not that big of a deal. It looks good. The acting is not that bad. People don't like that girl, whatever her name is.
Bella Ramsey.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not that bad. Okay. I mean, if you're a big heart, this would happen with the Halo show. Too many hardcore fans, guys. It's a TV show, but I could be wrong because the Lilo and Stitch remake they said was trash. Like they totally changed everything from the other movie. So I get it, but from what I've seen so far, it's not that bad. I like it. I think I'm on the part where she tells her she's spoilers. She tells her she's pregnant. That's the part I'm at where uh she goes, you know, she's pointing a gun because she, you know, got bit, and she's like, I'm pregnant, and that's where I'm at. in the
You know
show.
that doesn't happen in the game,
Really?
really. So, as someone who didn't play the game as well, but watched all the gameplay
The
for it,
gameplay?
yeah, it is like being like a half a fan. Like I'm a half a fan of everything, you know. Like I won't play the game, but I'll watch all the gameplay. Uh, it is kind of upsetting because like you do fall in love with the game and how the game is played and how the plot plays out in the game,
Hmm.
and they changed a lot. They did, they really did. And the casting choices for it, they're not terrible. I'll agree with that. They're not terrible, but they also could have done just a little bit better.
Like even the is it Abby?
Yeah,
I forget their names. Abby's the one that's pregnant, right?
that's Dina.
Dina.
Mhm,
That girl, she's about to be in the new Superman too, so she has a big thing ahead of her.
mhm.
I think she did pretty good. The one that plays Abby, she is a little bit not believable as like the villain, right?
Yeah.
That's the one I think I'm like,
They were saying
sh
that the person who plays Abby, right, the villain, she
mhm.
should have played Ellie, which is Bella Ramsey's. If you look at the gameplay Ellie versus
Oh,
the live action Abby, she looks more like the game character.
mm,
See, but that's the thing, right? People are basing it off of looks. They want it to look the same. They want it to look like the game. They want it to be resemble the game. Where I understand is that you can't make everything one for one, right? Because it's a TV show. The game is played how you interpret the game.
that's true.
The gameplay is how you make the choices to play the game. It's a TV show, right? You have to make it a TV show, a story, a story that
Yes.
everyone can follow. Everyone makes that choice. Like, you know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I actually was very upset starting season 2 because I know how season 2 of the gameplay is.
Got
As
you.
I'm watching it and I have watched the last episode, I actually like it. I do. I actually do. Am I in love with it? No, obviously not because I know the gameplay and I hate how much they've changed from the gameplay, but
Right.
I like the show. I do.
Okay.
I've watched it every Sunday, like after we all get together, like right before I go to bed. I'm watching it. I watched it when it
Oh,
came
so
out.
you're
You know what I'm
watching it
saying?
like on when
Yeah.
it comes out.
Yeah. So I don't know. I thought The Last of Us was pretty. It is. Everyone has their own interpretation, though. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm still interested. I need to finish it. I mean, if you've seen the show, you know Pedro Pascal dies. I think that changes the dynamic of the show a little bit, in my opinion, because but that's how the game is. So it's like
mhm.
that's what happens in the game. So um, I don't know. I think it's fine. I think it's. I mean, the way they're doing the no, don't get me wrong. I don't know the lore. Is it clickers? The clickers?
Yeah, sure.
What are they called? The little.
I don't know. I don't care.
We'll just call them the
The
plants,
fungi.
the fungi.
Yep.
They do a great job on
Yeah.
how creepy they are and all that stuff. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh no, it's giving me like it grossing me out a little bit. So I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
they're doing a good
Yeah.
job on how.
Oof.
But yeah, I think it'll be fine. It got renewed for a third season, so
You know why though? Because what I will say, I won't spoil it, but there are parts in season 2 of the game that they're extending onto season 3.
okay.
That's all I'll say. So they're making one game probably in 2 parts. I don't know if there's gonna be a third game. That's probably I'm wondering if they're doing it because of that. That maybe a third game is in works. That would be the only reason why I would think they would do that. Or they're trying to just prolong, you know what I mean, making money on the show.
Yeah, I think it's all about money.
Real quick, speaking of Pedro Pascal,
Yeah,
why is he casted in almost every movie that's coming out? Every show. He's the Mandalorian. He's
and
uh uh
that movie's
the
supposed to
Last of
come
Us.
out too. The Mandalorian and Grogu movie is supposed to come out with him
I
too.
didn't I didn't even know there was a movie with that.
Yeah, there's a movie, bro. A movie.
He's the fantastic Mr. Fantastic. He's in that new movie with Dakota Johnson that's coming out. He's
Oh yeah, my
also
wife wants to see that.
I wanna see it too, actually. He's casted for everything. Why?
I don't know.
Did you know he's 50
I
years old? Just wanna tell you that.
dang.
Yeah.
Well, talk about casting. I mean, with him, I don't know. I mean, I don't mind him.
Mhm,
Like we talked about this a while back. Like Fantastic Four, it's okay. That's whatever. If he does a good job, he does a good job, right?
mhm,
I don't know why they're casting. They're putting him in everything. It's
mhm.
just one of those things. I don't know if in back in the day there was an actor that was in everything. Like, oh, Arnold. Arnold was in a lot of stuff when in his prime. Arnold. I mean, I don't know. Kevin Costner. I don't know. George Clooney.
Adam Sandler?
George Adam Sandler. George Clooney. I think if we look back, there's probably been people that were casting a bunch of stuff, and it just happened. That's what it was during the, I guess the years that were. This is our years as Pedro Pascal. I guess you could say. But talking about casting, I now something sparked in me,
Okay.
and I think we'll wrap up. They were saying Bryan Cranston from Breaking
Who's that?
Bad,
Okay.
from Breaking Bad as Professor X.
You're talking about Jesse?
No, Heisenberg, the guy that plays
Oh.
the main guy,
Oh.
Bryan Cranston as Professor X,
I don't know by names.
as
Wow.
Xavier.
Why?
To me, I mean, we all want Patrick Stewart, which is the original guy, and then they did I forget his name, the younger guy from the. I thought he did great as Professor X, the younger guy, the
Yeah,
from
yeah,
the
yeah.
other movies.
I know who you're talking
But
about.
but this one I think is a good. I think it's a good.
Oh, you think it's a good pick?
I think it's a great pick. He has a lot of range, a lot of
I'm trying
range.
I'm trying to imagine anyone else in the Professor X chair, right?
Because you've seen
And
him as bald. He was bald in Breaking Bad.
yeah, but him as Professor X? Ugh.
I see it.
I think you should be Professor X.
Logan. Oh,
I
but
like
I would
that.
have Logan. You must go,
I
my friend.
can't.
Yes, my old friend.
No, Gene,
Yes,
please.
my old friend.
I need
Lord
Gene.
Vader.
I need Gene.
Lord Vader. Padawan. Dark side.
Ah! All right. Well, that's something to think about, I guess. I don't know how I really feel about that. I don't really. How about this? No comment. Truly.
Okay.
I mean, if it comes out that I don't think I care enough about Professor X to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think we're still a long ways from the X-Men stuff, but
Mhm.
I'm like, it's cool.
Mhm.
Because they're
Mhm.
still in Doomsday, they're still trying to get all the old characters, blah blah blah. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
man, we're very talking very nerdy today. Like a lot of nerd talk.
I don't mind it.
Some of our viewers are like, I just can't do it, but this is who we are. Okay, this is this is who we be.
Yeah. So
Um, dead silence.
dead silence. I think it's hitting
Um,
me right now.
what's hitting you?
Well, I haven't eaten all day.
Oh,
I
I
had
had
breakfast.
I had ceviche today.
What?
That's right.
Your wife
Wow.
made ceviche?
Yeah.
Oh
We
no.
today was payday, so we got groceries.
Oh no. I'm pissed.
Eat it up. Eat it up. Eat it up.
All week, all last week, I was bragging about her making the best ceviche. I was bragging to everybody. Said,
Bragging, bragging.
my sister-in-law makes the best ceviche.
Hmm.
And this is how she does. This is how she does me.
I mean, what do you want me to do? I live here. I need to eat.
I don't care. I want ceviche.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm mad at you and your wife, so whatever.
It's all right. It'll be okay. Scotty,
All right.
Scotty,
Scotty, Scotty.
Scotty, Scotty.
All right. Well, I think that's it for me. What about you?
I think we're good. I think we got it. We got we're getting back into things. So this was a
Yeah.
good this was good.
This was a good episode, guys. We appreciate all of the continued support. I know we
Hmm.
haven't been active in probably the last month and a half, but we appreciate you guys still tuning in, still watching the videos. Anything that
Yes.
we post, we appreciate you guys just commenting, liking, sharing, whatever you guys are doing. So, we plan to be in person the next episode, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Life is crazy. We go through a lot, and we do a
Life
lot.
happens. Yes.
Um, but as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this video. That has been Mark and Marley, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Catch you guys in the next one.
Later, bro.
Lord Vader.
Yeah. All right. Cut it. Cut it right there. Cut it. Cut it.
All right, let me.
Bye.
Wait, you're leaving?
No, I was saying bye to the.
Oh, bye.
Bye.
Bye.